But you need to practice on what you have to do, and you have to box. So you should do as much boxing as possible leading up to the fight. You're hitting the bag, right? I see you hitting them when you walk. I want you to do like this and do boom, 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 boom. You keep boom, 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 boom. How long you can do that? 1, 2, 1, 2.
Man, imagine Mike Tyson sitting there eyes wide, like he just saw something out of a horror movie. That's the exact reaction he had watching Terence "Bud" Crawford go through this monster training camp for Canelo.
He's been in the ring before. He knows the in and out about fighting. And it's just that we had to transfer that because he's using his legs and elbows and everything and grabbing. So we kind of, I don't know, did a new foundation and made him more elusive. You know, made him more elusive. He throws his punches with just bad intentions.
Tyson looked stunned, almost confused, like, wait a second, I thought I was the savage. This dude training like he's preparing to fight a grizzly bear in the mountains. Crawford isn't just hitting the bag. He's making it sound like thunder, moving with the speed of a lightweight but cracking like a heavyweight. Even Iron Mike had to pause, realising Bud might be the one fighter crazy enough to bend the rules of the fight game and walk into the Canelo fire with zero hesitation.
I went straight away with Crawford, and so did Spence. I mean, other people that we've spoken to, I think Paul Smith and other people that sit on the show with us think it will be Canelo Alvarez because of size. We've seen Canelo Alvarez take that journey up to light heavy and find himself coming up against Dimitri Bivol and not being able to do what he does at super middleweight. I just think that Crawford is such a fighter of such stature and competence that he might just be the kryptonite to Saul Alvarez.
Man, Tyson might be shocked at Bud's monster grind, but Crawford himself, he's laughing at all this noise. The man basically said, bring in the Avengers, Justice League, Power Rangers, still don't matter, they not me. And he's right. I don't care if Canelo hires Batman to hold the mitts or Iron Man to run his cardio, you can't download Bud's software.
You know, I'm gonna make all those doubters at the end of the day, at the end of the fight, they all gonna cry when they get home. You know, and I meant that. You know.
He flat out told us, I've been an underdog all my life. That's not a complaint, that's a battle cry. That's Bud saying, keep doubting me, and I'll keep wrecking your favourites. And when he hit that, he's not me line about Ennis, that wasn't shade, that was a funeral bell for anybody trying to copy his style.
He's not me, you know, as much as a lot of people, you know, say we have similarities and, you know, we switch a lot, fight a lot, he's not me, you know, and I'm not him, so.
This dude out here sparring heavyweights like it's casual Friday, stacking legacy fights like trading cards, and still cool as ice. If you ain't hyped after hearing Bud talk, you probably don't even like boxing. Might as well go watch golf and clap politely.
I'm telling y'all, I've always been sparring bigger fighters my whole career. This is nothing new. This is nothing different. The heavyweights, super middleweights, light heavyweights, I've been sparring these type of guys my whole career, so it's nothing new.
And just when Bud was talking that he's not me energy, Ryan Garcia slid into the conversation with his own twist. In a recent Twitter session, King Rye didn't hold back. He said straight up he could see Crawford getting iced, Amir Khan style. That's wild, because Ryan ain't whispering, he's basically tweeting with the caps lock on. He gave Bud some credit, but you can tell his money's already on Canelo.
Do you give Terence Crawford any chance to beat Canelo?
I don't see it happening, but he could definitely prove me wrong. But I just think, bro, like, I mean, I've trained with Canelo, I've been around him. Bro can really push back heavyweights.
And honestly, hearing Ryan say, I've trained with Canelo, bro can push back heavyweights, sounds like he's describing a video game boss. Like, imagine fighting Canelo on God mode with no cheat codes, you just get impressed. Ryan even pointed out this is the first time in years where Canelo's actually the bigger man walking into the ring. And that freedom to throw without worrying about size, that's dangerous. He said straight up he can't wait for the fight.
So I'm actually interested to see, bro. I can't wait for the fight. I'm definitely going to be backing Canelo, but, you know, Crawford is a great fighter and he could surprise me. But right now where I would put my money is Canelo Alvarez.
And he's backing Canelo, but he left the door open. Crawford could still shock the world, and that's the beauty of it. When even fighters can't call it with full confidence, you know we're in for something special. And here's the twist. Crawford doubled down and said this fight is different because of the weight, the legacy, and the fact it's two first ballot Hall of Famers colliding for undisputed.
All my life.
All your life?
I've been an underdog all my life. Just watch the fight and see. You know, Canelo got a granite chin. He's been hurt before, but, you know, he have been hit cleanly and he took it real well. And, you know, anything is possible.
He compared it to Thriller in Manila, only with even more on the line. Basically boxing's Super Bowl with no halftime show, unless you count Canelo's ring walk. Plus, he's been sparring giants his whole career, super middleweights, light heavies, even heavyweights, like Bud out here running open mic night at Godzilla's gym. And when he brought up Shakur tagging along in camp, that's Bud literally passing down game to the next generation while still writing his own history book. Cold-blooded, like teaching your little brother Mario Kart while you're busy winning Formula One.
He wouldn't, you know, need all the help that, you know, he's getting, but I'm happy that he's getting the help that he needs because, you know, after, you know, September 13th, there will be no excuses.
After Crawford dropped his "York can bring the Avengers, it don't matter" speech, here comes my boy Eddie Hearn sliding in like the professor of boxing business, but with that promoter's swagger. And Eddie kept it real, he said straight up. This fight is about two legends at the tail end of their run, and the whole story is whether Bud can handle the big boy weight at 168. He even admitted Canelo's legs don't look the same anymore, but Bud's IQ? Off the charts. Eddie basically told us if Crawford boxes slick, stays elusive, and don't care about booze, he could straight up copy the Bivol blueprint and make Canelo look like he's shadowboxing a ghost.
And I think if Terence Crawford decides to box elusively in this fight, I think he's going to really have success. When he gets hit, that's really the million-dollar question. How can he hang at 168?
But then Eddie flipped it. He said, Canelo's still my guy, but I'm leaning Bud. That's wild. Promoter loyalty usually runs deeper than family, but Eddie switched picks over a coffee like he was picking between Starbucks or Dunkin'. And Eddie went deeper than deep. He compared resumes. So Crawford's skill is pound for pound elite, but his win list don't scream generational great the way it should. He even pressed Bud about his best win, and Bud said Ricky Burns. That's like a rapper saying their hardest verse was on a mixtape nobody streamed.
So, you know, but Crawford, the reason I put Crawford so high on the pound for pound list is because of his ability. I think he's brilliant, but I still don't think it's not his fault, but I don't think he's quite got the resume that he could have had if the era was a little bit different. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Eddie's message was clear. Ability-wise, Crawford's one of the coldest ever, but this Canelo fight, that's the one that could cement his spot in history. And if he pulls it off, forget generational great. You might have to start whispering all-time problem. And right after Eddie broke it down like a boxing professor sipping lattes, boom, here comes Tyson Fury crashing in with that Gypsy King energy, basically saying, if Bud believes in himself, go for it, mate. Fury didn't play the analyst game, he just kept it real. Two elite fighters, two different styles, both great in their own way, and he'd be first in line to buy the pay-per-view.
Terence Crawford wanting to fight Canelo Alvarez, moving up 3 weight classes. What do you make of it, and is it a good idea for him to do that?
I think it's a good fight. I think, listen, everybody can do what they want to do, and if they believes in himself, then go for it. Why not?
That's Fury in a nutshell. Man could be fighting his own shadow in the mirror and still say, yeah, let's do it, why not? And you know what? That's the vibe Bud's carrying too. Sometimes you don't need overthinking. You just need that I believe I can shock the world spirit. Fury co-signing Bud's leap to 168 is like the heavyweight king stamping your passport. If he says go for it, you know the risk is real, but so is the reward. And that's the wild part. Fury's stamp of approval makes this whole thing feel bigger, like he's daring Bud to roll the dice with the biggest shark in boxing. It's almost like Fury saying, I respect the risk because that's exactly what greatness demands. And let's be honest, when Tyson Fury, a man who built his career on shocking the world, tells you to take the gamble, that means the gamble might just pay off.
I think he's an awesome fighter, both of them are. Both of them are exceptional fighters, and I would be one of the people paying for a pay-per-view to watch it. I don't really have a favourite. I like both fighters, both very different skill fighters in their own ways.
Crawford saying, "He's not me." Eddie Hearn breaking down the chessboard. And Tyson Fury telling Bud to roll the dice. Man, this fight got every angle covered. You got the fighter's fire, the promoter's brain, and the heavyweight king's crazy stamp of approval. Now it's on us to sit back and watch history unfold. This ain't just another fight, it's a moment that could flip the whole pound-for-pound conversation upside down. So drop your thoughts in the comments, let me know if you're rocking with Bud or riding with Canelo. And as always, like, share and subscribe for more heat.